Yeah. Pocket full of money, swisher loaded with gas. Celebration in order, you're now watching a class. Pocket full of money, swisher loaded with gas. Celebration in order, you're now watching a class. Pocket.
Microphone check 1 2. What is this? I'd like to welcome y'all back to another episode of Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And today, I have somebody with me who I know very well. I'm going to attempt to do an intro because the man deserves it. All right. This man is from the Southeast. I knew him as an artist, and I also know him as a businessman. And outside of that, I know him as somebody who keeps it honest and doesn't cut any corners. And in life, when you're around people like that, you have to appreciate that. If you don't know who I'm talking about my friend, Deuce. It's been a long time. I've been trying to get you here since this started. How are you doing?
Well, like I said before, Brad, man, I'm better than I used to be. I'm clearing my headspace, man. Loving myself more.
And that's real. Well, we're going to start at the beginning, man. I mean, let's go back to the beginning. When did you decide that you was going to participate in this culture called hip hop or rap music? Or when did that start for you?
Well, what a lot of people don't know is, but some do, I've been part of this bloodline called music since as long as I can remember. My partners and I used to redo the Temptations, Four Tops, all the way up to New Edition, Force MCs, Troop, you name it. We used to do a lot of that type of stuff out in the South End on the block of Sherman and Pecan. A lot of people don't know what that is, but that's right next door to the SIG.
Yeah.
You know about the SIG? You know it went down over there for about 15 years strong, if not more.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the hip hop rap, I have to give that up to my Uncle Man Russell. You know who that is? That'll be Southside for me. Right. He caught me and my partner, man, underneath the street lights. Instead of us doing singing, it was me and another partner of mine. We rapping. He beatbox for 10, 15 seconds. I rap. I'd beatbox for 10, 15 seconds. He rapped. And it became a contest on who could spit the fastest. And I would like to say this was maybe around 1985-ish, maybe, 84. 84, 85, somewhere in there, yeah. So that's when rap, hip hop was installed in me.
85, man, that's a special time period for me, because I was just talking about that with another friend before you came. I'm talking about the golden era of hip hop.
Hmm.
What do you, if you could pinpoint a specific time frame of years in which the golden era of hip hop existed, what would that be? Because I would say 86 through 99, respectively.
Yeah.
But what do you say?
Honestly, it's still right now, man, a lot of cats that carry on an actual hip hop deal that's in the new game. Ooh, we just don't very well just notify a bunch of them. To me personally, that actually has a way with words like that Dave East.
Okay.
You know, that's East Coast.
Yeah.
So he's one of my new generational hip hop stand still, you know what I'm saying? I listen to that cat a lot.
I like Jordan Lucas.
Yeah. Actually my son and I, my youngest son and I, we were listening to him the other day.
Yeah.
And he had me on a couple of songs and from him. So that made me take him back a little further than RIP to one of my favorite artists, DMX.
Yeah.
I was teaching my son that I was like, well, I'm gonna bring you back to where that type of rap actually was originated from. See, DMX talked to the Lord in his music too.
Right.
And my son had me listening to Lucas on some talking to the Lord type stuff.
Right.
And I was like, okay, so he has a part 1 and a part 2 to this song that he has.
Just like DMX has.
You feel what you understand where I'm going at this here with it.
Yeah.
So my son brought me up to speed, and I backed him up a little bit to get him to understand and learn where it was originated. And that's what makes me a little more prouder as a father as well, because I can still teach my sons, my kids, my daughters.
Yeah. We're both parents now, so I have little Bread, and he's very impressed with his father and hip hop and the fact that his dad makes music and all of this, and I'm seeing how he could possibly take that one day and do something with it, possibly. It's his decision to make.
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But as a parent, I like the teaching aspect. The aspect of, when I was his age, there was nobody around to necessarily teach me certain things. Certain questions I had to seek the answers elsewhere. With him, because he has his father in his life, he can ask me and I will tell him. And a lot of people don't realize how important that is. Right. Like what you just said about your son and how you taught him that. That's cool, but this is where it came from. That part of the game is essential. But before I lose my train of thought, I want to ask you this question. Because I ask everybody this question. Does Deuce have a top 5 best rappers?
Oh, man. Look,
we gotta go. We gotta go there. You know that. Okay. Come on.
Man, look. I really don't.
You don't?
I really don't.
Okay.
Only because my list is longer than 5.
Okay.
And my list is like that due to certain projects and certain songs that I relate to in the individuals that I listen to.
Right.
But I can give you like a 5-man list. My number 1, my go-to gonna always be Uncle Face.
Right.
Brad himself, you know. My man's Pop,
Mm-hmm.
my man's X, DMX, shout out to Cube, and I'm gonna have to go with Kiss.
That is a solid top 5. I can't complain about the top 5. It's solid. It is what it is. Well, since you're from okay, here go another question. Since you're from a real era and a real time basically from you started making music in the golden era, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the state of rap in 2023?
I don't really just. Oh man, it's crazy. In certain points, these youngsters, man, the music that they're making affects our culture as a whole, wholeheartedly. And I saw one of your posts on Instagram, and you were mentioning how it's a guy out there with this prejudice song or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And how us as a people, black people, we're really not as unified in that era either, in that music culture.
Right.
Everybody want to kill everybody, and everybody are killing everybody.
Yeah,
we are. I mean, it's a lot of stuff out there, man, that just makes music a totally different way of living. And when I used to come up in the music game, man, it wasn't all about killing up one another or something like that, man.
It was about having fun.
Yeah, man, we were partying, just, you know what I'm saying?
Fun.
Dance and watch the girls dance to our music. That's what I'm saying,
like
man.
We had
Kid and Play like back then.
Yeah,
man, like it wasn't always shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Oh,
man.
it wasn't, man. It wasn't a fight every time either. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? We could party and go home. And
I could go down the line because it's a lot of places and spaces that I attended, such as Lamar University, the parties back then, Harvest Club, KC Hall,
the LL Milton,
the Brothers Club, the Appomattox,
Mr. Dawn's.
We can go down the line.
Park Street, people don't remember Mr. Dawn's on Park Street though. I do.
American Legion.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah.
I mean, we partied and we had fun, but
sometimes
they can't even party now. It's like you can't even really
go out and have a good time, man.
It's like you can't go nowhere now. Almost. Yeah. It's like to that point. Like,
and it's the music that makes them free will to want to do so. And this new wave music.
And in a way, in my own way, I say that because I was just telling my friend earlier, I was like, okay, you got a bunch of people that like Stuck on Stupid. That's what I call the music. Stuck on Stupid. So you listen to Stuck on Stupid every day, not knowing slowly but surely you've been programmed to acclimate yourself to Stuck on Stupid. Now your thoughts are stuck on stupid. You're surrounding yourself with stuck on stupid. You go into events filled with nothing but people who enjoy stuck on stupid. So now when I say wherever there's stupid sounds, you can expect stupid activity. It doesn't sound strange anymore. I don't sound like a hater now, do I? I'm making total sense. Think about this. If we were fed positive music as much as we are being fed negative music, the effect that it would have on our brains and our outcomes.
Come on, man. Now this is true. I 1,000 agree with you. Stamp on that message. Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, you know,
and I mean, go ahead.
There's positive rap music out there. There's music that talks about, you know, it seemed like the only two topics that seem to catch attention or get listeners is either genocidal or homicidal. You know what I'm saying? But there are artists who talk about much more than that, but they don't get publicized and they don't get played, which means you have to go search for it because every app you use has a search engine, meaning you can type in what you want to listen to, which makes these times different from the times that we grew up. Because we grew up in the era of we got to go to the record store and buy it.
Hear it on the radio first.
We hear it on the radio first, and if we like it enough, then we go spend our $19.99 for a cassette tape
or a record. Back the record was like $12.99. But yeah, that $19.99. Then CDs came out.
Yeah, so
but yeah, man, it's too much negative music going on out here, man.
I mean,
and that's honestly what got me out of
making music.
Being an artist.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it that way. Being an artist.
I understand. I mean, as an artist, I have to sit back with myself and I have to assess myself from time to time as well. And now I'm making records that I never thought I would make in my life. I never thought I would make a record called Positive Vibes.
Man, evolve.
I never thought I'd make a record talking about my kid or children in general, something that both children and adults can like.
Man, it's called growing up, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I've definitely matured because, boy, I came a long way. I mean, I remember there was a time where every record I had MF in it for no reason. But now, you know, I can express myself without profanity. You know what I'm saying? I can put a positive message out there. Now, the messed up part about that is we living in times where music like that is not appreciated.
Who's gonna listen? That's the craziness. Who's gonna put their tune? They dial to that tune.
Well, the people that appreciate real music listen. The problem is it's not enough of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would just like for that number to multiply. But other than that, as an artist, I'm going to continue to make music because I feel like as long as there's noise pollution, there is going to be some real hip hop if I have a say so in it. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Now, you know, other people might feel different. You know what I'm saying?
At that point, it shouldn't even matter what somebody else feels, man. You doing you, being you, who you are. Cornbread.
Yeah.
So why should it matter to you? You have listeners too, bro. You have people that listen to you, man.
Yeah. Some of them I'm aware, some of it I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm, you know.
Oh yeah.
When people let me know or they verbalize, they be like, "Yo, I heard this."
Yeah.
You know, and I'll be like, "Oh, okay. I appreciate that." You know what I'm saying? Lets me know that you're listening or you're watching, paying attention.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you about the ageism thing because ageism only exists in hip hop culture. And where we stand right now, in a couple of days, hip hop is going to be 50 years old. Yet we're still having a discussion about ageism that only exists in rap music. Why do you think that is?
Just like everything else we create, the system decides to take it from us. They try. Now they can't take nothing from us.
Well, to be honest with you, and don't nobody want to say this, but I will. They tried to take hip hop. They couldn't take hip hop. So they said, you know what? We can't take it, but we can fuck it up.
Add a little acid to it.
And all they did was, the one chess move that they pulled this off with was money.
That's it.
That's it. Once that came into the picture,
that was a wrap.
Because before it was money into it, people wasn't doing it for money.
Nope.
They wasn't doing it for recognition.
You're right.
I remember rappers didn't want rap on the radio at one point. They were like, this ain't for the radio.
It was
for the people who appreciate it.
Yeah. Like Orientals didn't want Kung Fu here in America because it's not for us at a point.
Oh, wow. I never knew that.
Huh?
I never knew that one.
Oh, yeah. They did not want us to learn kung fu, karate, no, none of that. No, sir. So,
You talking about hip hop?
oh yeah, most definitely.
What do you think about it almost being
Yeah,
50 years of the culture?
Man, I mean, I'm blessed to say that I've got the chance to live in most of it. By me being 46, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, just being in the music altogether, man. But being a part of the hip hop culture, it's amazing. But like you were saying too, man, like before we started this filming, why is hip hop the only one that has to be pinpointed as you're too old to be a rapper and no other genre of music has that problem?
Yeah. Because it's
Country folk do country music until the day that they die. Rock folk do rock and roll music until the day that they die.
R&B, all that.
R&B folk, same thing. They're praised at the end of their time. But the reason being is because of so much of the violence that goes on into nowadays hip hop, rap music. But that's the reason why they even separated hip hop as into now you have rap, gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? You have these different layers of,
you got subgenres, I guess.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like subcontractors. So yeah. You can say that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because there's trap and drill, which I don't like that.
I mean,
there's stop rap.
There's
again, and then there's conscious rap.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, so you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it all still falls under the umbrella of hip hop.
Right.
And we're always gonna be targeted.
Oh yeah.
No matter what we do.
Yeah. I mean,
I realized just the other day, watching BET, that nigga get bleaked out before bitch will. Help me understand that part.
I got one cola for you. I got a cola one for you.
These women are actually on television, a black cultural television show,
right?
Calling each other bitches, in a fearsome way,
right?
Not in no friendly way. Nah, you what? And two brothers talking and they laughing and joking and saying, "Man, nigga, you crack." They bleaking it out now.
Well, it's owned by a black man now, right? And maybe that's part of his implementation is to eliminate that word.
Oh, so it's cool
to say all the other stuff, but the
this one right here, we're not gonna.
That's where we try. I'm gonna lay something else out for you. A rapper can threaten somebody of his own skin color, and he's gonna get his record played. He's gonna be allowed to perform at the biggest stages in the world. He's gonna chart on Billboard, and if it's popular enough, the song gonna go number one.
Mm-hmm.
But let that same rapper threaten somebody who is non-black, he is gonna get canceled.
What you mean?
He's gonna get thrown from the record label. The song is gonna get pulled from all platforms, and your career is over.
Yep, this is true. This is true.
Nobody wants to talk about that one because that's too deep of a conversation for people to have.
Man, you must be losing. We can have that conversation right now. Because guess what? It's the truth.
I'm just saying. I mean,
it's the truth, bro.
I pay attention to that because I remember we come from the era of, rappers used to have a song about law enforcement. and not in a good way. And
they
then
were canceled. They tried to cancel.
They tried.
They tried.
It didn't work.
That's why I say shout out to Q, man.
We come from an era where rappers were addressing hate groups like F the KKK. We know who made that song.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, this is the background that X-Clan, Brand New, Public Enemy, Ghetto Boys. Yes. This is the era that we come from. But today, they don't make records like, they don't talk about, they don't have a record praising their mama. Bro. They don't have a record praising their girlfriend or their wife.
Time for that now.
It's like this generation, man, it's like this generation sucked the value out of everything. How do you suck the value out of everything? Everything. Nothing means anything anymore. All of it is gone. It don't make there's no sensible mind out there. There's nobody thinking logically. They just moving recklessly.
Hey man.
And cool with it. And just, you know, hey, I know it's dysfunctional, but hey, I'm gonna
publicize it. It's gonna get notified like a song. Man. But another reason why I chose another path, man. I chose another path, man. Because of all the dysfunctional that's going on, man. It's crazy out there.
I think there's some way we all have, because I kind of found something else too.
But you still pushing though. You know what I'm saying? You still in the mix of it all, bro. Like I have my, you know what I'm saying? I have my toes in it here and there.
Okay.
You know, I help manage a couple of artists, a few artists, you know. GMF is the new brand.
How's that going?
Get money fast, man. It's actually going all right, man. My business partner and I about to launch out some good stuff, man. We're getting together along with his brother and a few more heads to continue helping manage, you know what I mean, a few artists. And from there, we're going to go ahead and push the clothing line full force. And different other items as well, though, man. We'll be doing a bunch of different other things, man. So when you see that logo, that brand, you're going to know it's from us. I mean, from sunshades to do-rags to socks. I mean, you know, you name it.
You're going full spectrum.
Yeah. We're going to be doing something coming up here shortly, man.
That's what's up. But we see you in some movies. Because, you know, everybody doing movies now.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We actually still waiting on that part, man. You know, I have my part, but it has yet to be recorded yet.
Okay.
My fam is going through some situations right now to keep us from filming at this point. But I was just notified maybe about a week ago that after all of that is processed and done with, we'll be back to filming this movie that's about to drop. Don't ask me anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know if you was going, because I see a lot of people going that way. And it's no problem because it's cool. On the cool, I feel like I should have done one a long time ago. But be that as it may, things happen the way they happen.
It happens for a reason.
I know I'm going to be doing mine very shortly, as soon as I wrap this comedy series that I'm doing.
Right.
So,
man, you hollered at me about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
man, it'd be hard for me to just pull up and stop sometimes, man. When I come home, man, like I really be like in and out. You know what I mean?
And I understand why, because it's, you know, it's I mean, I want to talk about that too because it's real. I mean, it's I mean, when I go outside, and let's just keep it local. Let's just say I've been in the house all day. It's probably 6, 7 in the evening. I walk outside just to get some fresh air. But when I cut the corner, I'm reminded of a lot of people who ain't here no more. I can look down the sidewalk and I can see somebody who who used to live here but is no longer here. Or I look down this way and normally somebody would be sitting on the stairs, but they not there. And it make you feel like I don't want to be around here. But for the people who have no choice, you have to. And this is something that you have, I mean, for me, I go to bed and I wake up with it every day. And I realize that to a certain extent, I have become numb to it because of all of what I've seen. When I talked to my partner T the other day, and and he's 30. I'm in my 40s, 43. But
my little T over
yeah. And I said between both of us though, I was like, we done seen the amount of death that someone would have saw had they went to a Vietnam War, a World War II, a Syria, Desert Storm, Russia, wherever they fighting at. We've seen that. The only difference is we've seen it on American soil. And he was like, wow, he probably didn't understand it, but he stepped back and was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, nah, seriously, think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point, that's what men were seeing and going through. Mm-hmm. And then at a certain point now, what I'm talking about is what a lot of men can relate to had they seen the same experience. Just life, period. Sometimes I don't know what to say about it. Lately, I've been quiet.
Hey, that's what it is.
I've been just quiet.
What can you say about it, bro?
I don't know what to say.
The pastors preached on that today at one of our mutual friends' funeral, man.
Yeah. He sure did.
You heard what he said, man? Sometimes we just don't know what to say.
He did say that.
So that's the best thing to say sometimes. Nothing. What is it? Is it going to cure?
No.
All right, then. So, like, people are always saying, man, they don't complain because who's going to listen? That's the usual conversation, right?
Right.
I look at it as if, man, it's people with problems way worse than mine.
Right.
Why should I complain?
That's what minimalize my complaining too.
You understand what I'm saying, man? Boy. If you woke up in the morning and just see people that can go get it, won't go get it, compared to those that can't go get it, like literally, physically cannot and not able to go and get it.
I think I see it on both spectrums.
Not just here though.
Oh,
I'm thinking globally. And here we are complaining.
Yeah.
There's folks that can't get up and eat, man. Because they have no food in the refrigerator. Why? Because there aren't any jobs in that area for them to make the money that they need to feed their families. And we're complaining. No shoes on their feet, huh? I'm talking 12, 13-year-old, soon to be grown men still having diapers on because I had the money to go and buy underwear, but they outside smiling like a son with not a care in the world. You think that's what you think that is? You think that's coincidence, man? Of course not, man.
No, it's not.
These people know that there's a higher power that's saving them every day. Because as long as they make it through that day, man, they're going to wake up happy every day. And we're complaining because I only got a quarter tank of gas in my car. Or, man, gas prices are going up. Nigga, you going to work. Or you going to do something to make, man, you better, say, man, not to throw out hip hop or any of that, but people ask me about You know what? We're not gonna even go there. We're not. We're not gonna go there. We're not, because I don't. There's certain things that how I live my life. It's how I got to see 46.
Right.
And if I get going by explaining all of that, I might be a target.
Right.
And I'm not going to even explain all of that. But I've learned in my 46 years on how to adapt to my environment. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. I do want to ask you about this. Lately, I've had friends who have gotten married, and I feel like that part of life should be broadcasted and talked about a little bit more than it does, because we in times where wickedness and, you know, toxicity is publicized and pedestalized. But from your perspective, being a married man, if there was any advice you could give to those who are like-minded trying to get to where you are, what would you tell them?
3 things. You would have to respect one another. With respecting one another, you have to learn how to love one another. Once you love one another and you respect one another, the loyalty will always stand. So without those 3 things right there, man, you won't make it.
That's real, man. I respect that.
It's just respect, love, and loyalty, man. And I learned that through my future.
That's real, man. I mean, like I said, that need to be talked about more, because that's the bright side of life, the upside. You said something earlier. You said I'm at peace.
Oh,
And I had a friend a while ago. He was like, how are you so at peace? He asked me, how am I so at peace? I said, what do you mean? He said, man, you the only person I know that's at this age that, you know, is not trying to cut your throat because you don't have a Bentley and live in a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, maybe, just maybe, I realized the true value in life does not necessarily mean the fancy car and the big house. Because just as quickly as you get it, you can lose it.
Say, man, what Andre 3000 say? I learned that an apartment is way more exciting than a big ass house on the hill. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah. So we can't just, you know, a lot of in the hip hop era right now, this is why you were saying they glorify the money, the half of everything. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing that you can present to a broke individual that know how to present something about their life. Just put some money in their pocket. They're going to present everything about their life at that point.
Right.
Even if it's false advertisement. They just know how to put some words together and make it sound good for them to sell.
But you can't buy being real.
You can't.
You can't go in the store and purchase love.
Come on, man. Come on,
you can't go to Walmart and buy a quart of loyalty.
No. That is not for sale.
You can't go to the grocery store and buy an ounce of
none of that.
Dignity, respect, any of that.
None of that. But you know what's crazy though? This right here is gonna kill that. That shit is free. The freest thing in this world. A lot of us think that we can buy it.
Or put a price tag on it.
Yeah.
Time back, right, man? All right.
But yeah, back to what you were saying, man. No, you cannot go in the store and purchase any of that.
Yeah.
It's not for sale. It's actually free. But us as a people tend to think that because we might have a little bit of cho-chos in our bank account, what I like to call it, we could purchase all of that.
Yeah.
But that's some stuff that you could take with you and teach somebody else versus trying to pay for it and look ignorant while doing it. And I say ignorant because some of them people just don't know. They don't because they wasn't taught that. See, we only do what we're taught to do. You're like a counselor, therapist. They only speak to you according to what they were taught to do in the books that they were taught to graduate that class.
Right.
We do the exact same thing. We only speak on what we were taught in these streets. Right. But it's up to you as an individual to reach out and want to learn better in order to be able to teach at your best.
Right.
So yeah, man, being the biggest failure can turn around to be the biggest champion. Think about that.
That's a cold one right there.
Think about that, man.
Well,
and I've never used that phrase before, man. It just came out. That's the good part of being an artist.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna ask you about the artistry side, because you don't make music no more. Do you still listen to the music from artists from the area? And if you do, what do you think?
From here in Beaumont?
Yeah.
From hometown?
Yeah.
I mean, lately, it's really only been maybe like 3 of you guys that I really just listen to.
Okay.
4. And y'all all happen to be close to me like family, if not family.
Okay.
Like yourself, Marco, Zaza, whatever you want to, however many names you want to throw out there. Southside and Rose Gold.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, that's my Paper Game family. Marco is my Trill Kingdom family. And then, of course, you.
Right.
I listen to Lil Remy, but he's not really from here.
Okay.
But he's from here. He's originally from New Orleans. And I was turned on to him because my second son, Free Trey, he's in the music. He's an artist coming up. His birthday is actually coming up here in a few days as well. But yeah, and he and Remy are like real close. Okay. They have songs with Young Al out of Houston. Mm-hmm. Nice kid. I just happened to get the chance to meet him personally, and he's another young one that's not flashy and shoot 'em up, bang bang, and any of that nature. But you know, but yeah, man, y'all about the only ones that I really just put my ear to because I know you guys personally. You know what I mean, and you guys send me things. What's the other little youngster name from here from Beaumont though? He's a young guy too. Damn, I can't call the kid name out right now, man. And I know the kid though.
What you think about your kids making music? Are you proud of that?
My son. My second son is the only artist.
Okay.
But I have my youngest son, he plays, he's a drummer.
Okay.
But he doesn't really just take it seriously, man. But he can go play for any band right now if he chooses to. When I tell you any band, I mean any band.
That's good.
Yeah. But my second son, to me, he's nice. He's real nice. He's real good. He's real good. I'm just trying to get him focused on it if that's what he chooses to do. But like you said earlier, that's his choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, at first it would faze me. When I first found out, I'm like, nah, man, that's not the route you want to go down. But the kid is so damn talented. I can't knock him.
Right.
I push him. I push him to be the best at what he want to be.
I told mine, if he make that decision, I'm gonna give him the game to where you play it better than I played it.
Well, of course, because
You know,
the game, the music game has changed up so much now, man, to where it's right here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's right in the grip of the palm of your hand. Like we said earlier, if we don't hear it on the radio, then how do we know what to go out and listen to?
Yeah. God bless the ears that listen to secular radio. Say that.
You hear me? Like nowadays, like you said, man, you can really just go punch in what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is, man. But yeah, I push all my kids, really. I try to push all my kids to be great at whatever it is that they decide to do.
That's real.
You know. So, and now that I'm a grandfather, I'm praying on it. I can push them in a positive and what? Yeah, man, 2 beautiful grandkids.
Wow.
My one and only grandson turned 3 on the 1st of this month. Wow. Yeah, man, I have 2 beautiful grandchildren, man. Grandson and my granddaughter. Yeah.
That's real.
Oh yeah, man, that's a blessing.
That's real, right?
A true blessing.
Dang. Well, before we get up out of here, is there anything that you would like to say to anybody?
Shit, man. Catch this broadcast. I know that much, man. It's gonna have you on the edge. Because that's just what I like to do. Some people might get mad, but I don't care. Still here. But nah, on a serious note though, man, just try to put some positivity in your way of life and your way of living, man. Coming from where I come from, man, I lived enough negativity for all of us. And the Most High still have me here for a reason, so it's time to switch that around and put some light to you, man. We live our life in the darkness enough.
That's real right there, man. Well, on behalf of Mr. Deuce, I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip-hop music. And until next time, you know how we do it. Peace and love.
What?
Because that's what the world need right now. Peace and love. You know what I'm saying?
Stay solid.